What up, everybody? My name is Monk. Another episode of the Cowboy Funk Show. Thanks for tuning in. This one's called Casino Royale. Alright, so here's the lowdown. You gotta go to SWTOR on the Smuggler's Moon. This event is going on from June 10th to August 19th of 2014. It's called SWTOR. That's Huttese for Spoils of War. First thing you want to do is you want to fly up to the casino, and I gotta tell you guys, so far I'm having a blast. I've spent about, I don't know, maybe 800k on the event so far, between my two characters. First thing you want to do is you want to come over to this vendor, the hospitality droid. You want to get these smuggler chips. You can buy them a couple different ways. You can spend $1,000 on them. You can spend some Warzone comms on it, or your certificates if you want to buy the Kingpins. I suggest you don't buy Kingpin chips right away. I'm going to show you why later on in this episode, okay? So before we get into the how-to, let's take a look at why you would want to do this event. Notice on the left there's a Rancor over in that cage. You can ride that bad boy. The Rancor is just as big as the one you got from last season's arenas, except this one doesn't have the flashy lights like the arena one did. First thing I was going to do is try on the clothes you can get. You buy these with the certificates that you get from the slot machines, and most of this gear is relatively cheap. The vehicle, the Vectron Magnus speeder, is actually worth 15. But luckily I won one, and you'll see me I caught the footage of that. But pretty cool weapons. I like the look of it. It's kind of like the old school, Godfather type look with these guns, until we get to this bad boy. Look at the size of that thing. Unbelievable. If you're a trooper, you're gonna dig that. Your HK droid has some customizations, so a lot of really cool stuff you can get. Most of it's cosmetic, but it is legacy bound, so if you want to throw it over to your alts, by all means, go for it. Okay, so this is your slot machine. This is where you'll be spending 98% of your time with your smuggler's chips. So first thing I wanted to do was figure out how the heck this works. Basically go up, right click on it, the little thing, the screen will spin around green, and if it turns green you win. If it turns red, try again. A couple different things you can get from the smuggler chips. Watch me speed this part up, because again, you're going to be spending a lot of time and money, like real life gambling. And I found on our server there's a lot of people with a gambling problem, myself included. So right away I figured, you know what, this thing has a global cooldown. It's kind of taking too long. Maybe if I played 2 slot machines, maybe that would speed it up a little bit. Notice I started clapping my hands. The cool thing about that is when you do win, you get the Kingpin's chips. Hold on to those, okay? Because you don't want to blow those right away. So here I am playing 2 machines, and I must have spent, I don't know how many hours I've spent here. Then I was like, you know what? Let me play 4 machines. Yeah, baby. 4 machines is where it's at. But I didn't want to be rude. There are other people who are trying to figure this out. This was the first day it came out, so I went back to just 2 machines, and I found that 2 machines was good enough. I mean, I scored a big prize, so... Anyway, spend your time on these machines. 2 at a time. So, you'll notice in my inventory that I have 1 certificate, I have a few of the Kingpin's chips, and a lot of the smuggler chips. The other thing you want to notice is that I have a buff on me, and that buff is called Feeling Lucky. You want to make sure that you have that buff on, and it basically you get it just by playing the smuggler slot machines. Never ever ever play the kingpin slot machines without that buff. That buff increases your chances to win big prizes. So you don't want to go up there without that buff, because it's basically going to it's going to help you tremendously. Okay. My routine was that I would get 5 or 6 of the kingpin chips, and then I would get the buff, feeling lucky, there it goes. I'd race over and I would play my 5 chips. Now, the kingpin slot machines are high stakes. When you win on these, oh, it feels great. This is the hook right here. Stay tuned, just watch what happens. At this point I'm sweating. I'm like, okay, these chips are expensive. 50k or something like that just to buy one, if you don't want to spend the time on the smugglers slot machine. So I'm feeling lucky, I really am. And I kind of fell in love with that slot machine because I kept going back to it every time. Now I can tell you that by the time I win jackpot on this machine, I had spent 20 kingpin coins. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Yeah, baby. Big prize. Oh, I was so excited when I saw that. So I did win the Vectron Magnus Speeder. Super excited. You can also win that Rancor. That's basically what people are going for, and they're not going to stop until they get it. So yeah, I had to get on that bad boy right away. And that thing is like a smooth old school Cadillac. Oh, it's so smooth. I dig it so much. Let me tell you about some other people's luck. I had this one dude come up after I had been playing the machine for about 30 minutes. Comes up behind me, immediately wins a kingpin coin, right? Then he goes over to the kingpin slot machines. First coin in, wins a freaking Rancor right in my face. And I had been spending like maybe an hour or 2 and lots of money, and the dude just gets it and walks away. So that, I think it's really cool that that they did that. That made it feel like a pretty real casino. It's cool to hear the slot machines winning and hearing other people win right next to you. It's kind of exciting. Alright folks, that's all I have for this episode of the Cowboy Funk Show. I wanted to keep it short and sweet and get you involved with the casino. So get there as soon as possible because you have until August 19th. Again, my name is Junior Monk, and thank you so much for watching the Cowboy Funk Show. I want to have a special shout out to my 75 followers. It's really exciting that that you guys are tuning in. I have really enjoyed having this show. I've had it for about a year, and hopefully it continues to grow. I've made quite a few friends through it, so stay tuned. And again, I humbly thank you for following. So if you do, continue to like it, follow, share, like, subscribe, do your thing. I'll see you guys on the BC. Peace.